She sent one last message, just 2 words. "I love you." But he never replied, because he was already gone. They weren't perfect, not even close, and maybe that was the point. They argued over things that didn't matter to anyone else. Who called first, who replied late, or why a simple scene could feel like distance. Sometimes the silence between them lasted minutes, sometimes hours, but neither of them ever truly walked away. Because somehow, no matter how bad it got, they always found their way back to each other, like they were pulled by something invisible. Late at night, when the world went completely quiet, it felt like the whole universe paused just for them. Her phone would light up in the darkness. One ring, then another, and then his voice. Not perfect conversations, not always deep words. Sometimes it was just random talk, sometimes tired laughter, and sometimes nothing at all. Just silence. But it was the kind of silence that didn't feel empty. It felt like presence. Like even without seeing each other, they were still there, together. And every single night, no matter how the day ended, no matter how cold the fight had been, there was always that one moment before hanging up. A soft pause. Like neither of them wanted to be the first to let go. And then it came. Simple, familiar, almost like breathing. "I love you." She would smile every time she heard it, not because it was new, but because it felt like something permanent, something safe, something that could survive anything. In her mind, it wasn't just a sentence anymore. It was a promise. Stronger than distance, stronger than time, stronger than every argument they ever had. And deep inside her heart, she believed it without doubt. No matter how far they drifted, no matter how loud the fights became, no matter how silent the world turned, he would always answer. Always. At first, it was almost unnoticeable. A late reply here, a missed call there, "I was busy." That didn't sound like an explanation anymore, just a habit. She told herself it was nothing. People get tired, life gets loud, love doesn't always stay loud. So she waited, patiently. But then something changed, in the smallest, quietest way. The messages that used to come like clockwork started arriving late, sometimes hours later, sometimes not at all. The phone that once felt alive at night started feeling heavier in her hand. Even his voice, when he did call, sounded different. Not cold, not rude, just distant. Like he was there, but not fully there. And that scared her more than anger ever could. Because distance is loud when love is strong. But silence? Silence feels like something disappearing. Still, she didn't ask too many questions. Instead, she held on to hope the way people hold on to something fragile in the dark. Careful, afraid it might break if they look at it too closely. And every night before sleeping, she would replay the same belief in her mind. He will come back to normal. He always does. But deep down, somewhere she refused to admit, she started waiting not for a message, but for the version of him she used to know. That night felt different, even before anything happened. The sky was heavy, not just with clouds, but but with a strange kind of silence that presses on everything below it. Rain started slowly, like the world was hesitating to cry. She sat near the window, watching the drops race down the glass, one after another, like they were trying to escape something they couldn't explain. Her phone was in her hand, already unlocked, already waiting. Hours had passed since his last message, but this time it wasn't just busy. It felt like a gap that kept getting wider the longer she looked at it. Still, she typed. Slowly, carefully, like every word mattered more than usual. I love you. She stared at it for a moment before pressing send. No emoji, no extra words, just that. Because sometimes love doesn't need decoration. It just needs to be heard. Sent. Delivered. She waited. The rain outside got heavier, louder, as if the world was answering everything except her. 1 minute passed, then 5, then 10. Her screen stayed still. No typing bubble, no call, no "I love you too." Nothing. She checked again. Once, twice, like maybe the phone had made a mistake. So she tried again, fingers slightly shaking now. Please, just say it back. Send. Delivered. Again, silence. But this silence was not normal anymore. It wasn't just no reply. It felt like something was missing, like a presence had been cut out of the night without warning. Her grip on the phone tightened. Outside, thunder rolled far away, slow, deep, like a warning she didn't understand yet. And for the first time that night, she didn't feel like she was waiting for a message. She felt like she was waiting for something she didn't want to know. The night didn't end the way nights are supposed to end. There was no reply, no voice, no "I love you too." Only silence, thick and unfamiliar, like the world had suddenly stopped practicing how to speak. She fell asleep holding her phone, not because she was tired, but because she was still waiting. Morning came quietly, too quietly. The kind of morning that doesn't feel like a new beginning, but like something unfinished. Her phone vibrated. Once, then again. Unknown number. She stared at it for a second, her chest tightening for reasons she couldn't explain yet. Then she answered. A pause. A breath on the other side. And then words she didn't fully understand at first, because the human mind always tries to protect itself from pain. Are you related to him? Her fingers went cold. The world around her didn't disappear, but it started to feel far away, like she was watching it from inside glass. Another pause. Then the words came, slower this time, heavier. An accident. Late night. No response from him after that. Her phone slipped. But she didn't notice it falling, because something else had already dropped inside her, something she couldn't pick up again. The room stayed the same. Walls, light, air, everything. Walls, light, air, everything normal. But nothing felt normal anymore. Her eyes slowly moved to her screen. it was still open, still showing it. One message. I love you. Sent last night. Delivered. Never answered. And now, it didn't feel like a message anymore. It felt like the last time her voice ever reached him, without knowing it would be the last.
After the call, everything went quiet. Not the kind of quiet that comes from peace, but the kind that feels like sound has been removed from the world. She didn't cry immediately. That part came later. First, there was disbelief. She kept repeating the words in her head, like if she rearranged them differently, they would stop meaning what they meant. Accident. Gone. No response. But her body wasn't listening to logic anymore. It just felt heavy, like even breathing required permission. She sat on the floor without realizing when she sat down. Her phone was still in her hand, still open, still alive, in the most painful way possible. And there it was, the last message. I love you. Delivered. Never replied to. She stared at it for a long time, like it might change if she kept looking. Like maybe, just maybe, 3 dots would appear. But nothing came. Only the same silence. Outside, the rain was still falling. But now it didn't feel like weather anymore. It felt like memory. Every drop sounded heavier, closer, almost like it was falling inside her instead of outside. She scrolled up. Their old chats. Voices that used to feel normal now felt like ghosts trapped inside a screen. Laughing messages. Late-night arguments. Random "are you awake" texts. All of it. Still there. Still alive. But the person who made it alive wasn't. Her thumb stopped on one old line. I will always answer you. She read it again and again until it stopped feeling like a promise and started feeling like something she would never hear again. For the first time, she didn't cry for what she lost. She cried for what never got answered. For a message that went into the world believing someone would be there to receive it, but arrived in a place where silence had already won. And in that moment, the screen wasn't a phone anymore. It was the last place where his presence still existed.
Days passed, but time didn't feel like time anymore. It didn't move forward, it just repeated itself inside her. Morning came, night came, but nothing arrived with them. No message, no call, no name on her screen. Only silence, learning how to stay permanently. She stopped sleeping properly, not because she couldn't sleep, but because sleep felt like betrayal. Every time she closed her eyes, she saw the last moment again. The rain, the message, the unanswered screen, and every time she opened them, nothing had changed. That was the worst part. Nothing had changed even though everything was gone. One evening, she finally picked up her phone again, not to text, not to call. Just to look. Her fingers moved slowly, almost unsure if they were allowed to touch something that now felt like a memory instead of a device. She opened their chat, scrolled slowly, painfully, until she reached it again. I love you, that same message, the last thing she ever sent him, still unread in her heart even though it was already seen by fate. Her thumb hovered over the screen, and for a moment, she almost typed again, something small. Something impossible, like maybe if she sent one more message, the story would continue differently. But then her hand stopped, because deep down, she finally understood something her heart had refused to accept until now. He wasn't ignoring her that night. He wasn't busy. He wasn't delayed. He had already left the world she was still trying to talk to. The phone slipped gently from her hand onto the bed. No sound, no reaction. Just emptiness settling in its place. And for the first time, she didn't reach for it again. She stood up and walked to the window. Outside, life was still moving. People laughing, cars passing, lights turning on in distant homes. Everything continued as if nothing had happened. But inside her, something had ended forever. The night felt the same again, but she didn't feel the same inside it. There was no crying anymore, no searching for replies, no checking the phone every few seconds. Only a strange calm, the kind that comes after something inside a person finally breaks completely. She sat near the window, the same place where it all began. Rain was falling again, soft at first, then steady like the sky remembered her story and didn't know how else to respond. But this time, she didn't reach for her phone. It was lying beside her, face down, silent, like it had also accepted what she had. For a long moment, she just listened. Not to music, not to people, to absence. Because absence has its own sound, you only notice it when someone important stops filling it. Slowly, she stood up, walked toward the window. Outside, the world was still moving, cars passing, lights blinking, life continuing without hesitation. And that's when it hit her the hardest. The world never stops for heartbreak. It only leaves you behind in it. Her reflection appeared in the glass, tired eyes, rain light on her face, a silence that looked almost like acceptance. And for a second, she saw both versions of herself. The girl who used to wait for replies and the girl who now understood there would never be one again. Her lips trembled slightly, not from pain this time, but from something deeper. Realization, she whispered into the glass, almost like speaking to someone she still believed might hear her somewhere far away. "You always answered me." A pause, her breath shook. "Just not in the way I expected." The rain outside grew stronger for a moment, then softer again, like it was letting go too. And in that quiet rhythm, something inside her finally stopped resisting. Not forgetting, not healing. Just accepting. She closed her eyes. And for the first time since that last message, she didn't feel like she was waiting. Because she understood the truth that hurt the most. Some "I love yous" are never ignored, they are simply answered in silence forever.
This story made you feel something? Doesn't scroll away. Subscribe to Hidden Tear for more emotional stories that stay with you long after the end. Because sometimes the deepest tears are the ones no one sees. Turn on notifications. You never know when the next story will break your heart again.